Welcome to our new base. This is our base for the remaining time we're here in Seaopolis. No, no. Talked about it in the last episode. We are going to utilize this compact machine, which is just a large one. This is the 9x9, and we are going to set up some preliminary um, power. So, what I've got going on here is some igneous extruders. There are four of them. We have some universal pipe here. We have some fired crucibles on top of uranium. And what I'm going to do is I am going to put lava here, and lava here. We are then going to take our buckets of water and we are going to place them here and here. These things should start making cobblestone. It should start pumping the cobblestone directly ahead first. Once these get filled up, it will then be going to the outside bits. It should. I do believe that these crucibles can hold 2,000 millibuckets of liquid, which means 2 buckets. So we will have to wait for these to fill up. I did notice that these can be augmented to be a little bit faster. I don't know what we could put in them. I didn't realize the igneous extruder was from the same mod pack. Igneous thermal series. So at thermal, any of these augments can be put in here. Like the flux linkage capacitor and stuff. I don't know that that's going to be... I don't know that any of these are going to work for us. But nonetheless, once these get full up, we are going to have some serious lava production. And what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to take an item pipe off of each one of these. Like so. And then we are going to have to get up here. We are going to have to come across here and turn these into an extraction, because they are going to start filling up other crucibles, as you see. And what we need to do then is we need to get ourselves a tank. And I believe we have been using this guy right here, the jumbo tank. It takes the singularity tanks, which is just some glass, and some basic tanks, which is iron and redstone. We need 4 of these, so we need 16 basic tanks, and then we can make a jumbo tank. I actually don't think I have any extra. I believe all of the jumbo tanks that I have, like these two right here, are full of experience. So, we'll take some redstone, we'll take some iron. We will go into here, we will go into here, we will go into here, and like I said, I need 16 of those. Sure. We will pick these up by doing that. Again, this guy is going to be utilized in the future. The book can go in here, and I'm currently making all kinds of things at the moment, as you guys can see. The inventory is rather messy. But once we have all of those tanks made, we then just need a bunch of glass, and we can make the singularity tanks, which I should have a bunch of glass here. 1 singularity tank, 2 singularity tank, 3 singularity tank, 4 singularity tank, 1, 2, 3, 4 diamonds, and a jumbo tank. Perfect. And I need that. Thank you. So we can then put this tank, I think right here is a good spot for it. And if we right click this, this will tell us how many buckets of lava that we have going on. So, we've got lava production. Quite a bit of it. Again, like I said, I don't think that these guys are going to be working very hard. It's mostly going to be these. We could set up a quad pattern of igneous extruders. Does that make sense? Where we could have lava here, we could have an igneous extruder here. It would need water on the other side of it. Same thing here where it would need lava. Essentially what we could have is 4 igneous extruders set up here, lava in the middle, water on the corner as we've done before. And that maximizes the efficiency of them and gains us that much more. But we are cooking pretty good with lava. The next thing that I want to do is I want to get some kind of storage for our energy. So we've got the Flux Networks, which is a really good mod pack. And we can get the Flux Controller, which we don't necessarily need. Enables wireless charging. We will need it eventually. But we can get this. It stores 1,000,000 FE. This one stores 8 million. And this one stores a whopping 128 million. But I think this is out of our wheelhouse for the moment. So I think we're going to go with the Herculean Flux Network. We have basic, Herculean, and then Gargantuan. To make the Herculean, we need 6 of the basic. So for those, we are going to need these flux blocks. And for flux blocks, we are going to need a bunch of flux cores. And then we are going to need a bunch of flux dust. Flux dust can be made in a manner of different ways. We can left-click the obsidian. It will come down and crush the redstone and turn it into flux dust. Or we can have a block of flux dust with the obsidian above it instead of bedrock, and this will work the same. So I've actually gone and made all the things that we are going to need to make our very first flux block. And now with a piece of obsidian, we should be able to turn redstone into flux dust. The other way that we get flux dust is we melt obsidian and we pour it over redstone dust. This obsidian, a block of obsidian, makes 4 panes, so you can get 4 flux dust. It's not an efficient way to get it, in my opinion, but this is. The only bad thing about this is that right there. No. Did I do this wrong? So 0 redstone dust, and then the obsidian. Oof. Oof. Oh, the frames. Oh, the frames. No, this is correct. Can I only do 1 piece of dust at a time? Aha. So I was only right-clicking? Oh my goodness. What I wanted to do is I wanted to put the piece of nether brick up here and test this. Yes, we can do a whole stack at a time, right? That is the most important thing, because the obsidian takes us a long time to break. So to do this, it shouldn't be too bad, right? So let's do some math. It's our favorite thing to do on camera. So I need 6 flux blocks, right? And we are going to need 6 of these. So that means I need 36 flux blocks, which means I am going to need, right off the bat, 9 pieces of dust. So that is 324 pieces of dust. That is just over, that's 5 stacks and I think 8. We are then going to need these flux cores. Oops. For this. So I need a batch of flux cores per flux block. So we need 6 times 6 again, which is 36. We need 4 obsidian. So that means I need 144 obsidian. And then we need 36 ender eyes. I was so close. So close. I need 5 more, which is 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are really easy to make. We throw the 5 pearls in there. We then take our blaze powder like so. We wait till these have smelted down. Once they have smelted down, we come over here and we click on the drain. That will turn these into Eyes of Ender. We can put down our blaze powder like so and get the remaining 2 that we need. Perfect. So, we have figured out that we need 5 and a bit stacks of these. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what I should need for this process here. Now the question is, will my game stop lagging? Oh, look at that. Eventually it turns it into cobblestone. Interesting. So I think we're going to get away with a stack every time, but I don't think we're going to get away with more than that. So I actually did. I was able to get 2 stacks out of there, which is fine. Again, we are going to need 6 of these, so I need 36 blocks. We can actually turn all of these into cores once we have enough obsidian, which that should be enough there. 36 sets, which is quite a bit if we look at it. But then again, we are going to need 36 flux blocks. Look at that, the math was correct. And now I need 2 glass panes per, which I don't think that's enough. It is enough. And then to do the Herculean, we need 2 more glass panes. Look at that. We still have some flux dust over. Looks like I was a little bit wrong. But that's nice. That is very, very nice. And I have a spot for it. Oh, it's full. It's full. That's why this was in here. It's fine. Perfect. So, let's go ahead and pick this guy up, because I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to place this thing... You know, I think I wanted it center of my base, but the problem is we have this guy here, okay? So, we also have this guy here, which is going into these frame trims, and it's going to the drawers. I think eventually we're also going to change that up a little bit. But for now, we can do this, and we can do this. So, we need to bring up the F3 screen and see that we are facing east. That is very, very important. Okay? When we go into our my goodness. The lag is fierce. But when we go into here, we can actually place this tunnel down. And I think we're going to run it right here. But as you see, it has a side up. We can turn that side down. It's connected to coral stone. Side north, south, connected to clear glass. West, connected to clear glass. East. And east, it is connected to nothing. Now, I should be able to utilize a universal pipe, or better yet, I think the universal cable might be the better way to go, but it doesn't connect. Interesting. That also does not connect. How about the energy pipe? See, it says it's connected to the energy pipe, and this is what I don't know right here. there's no like tool for the compact machines. And there's this little button here. And if we just right click on this, it just changes the side that it's connected to. And then if I were to shift right click in an empty hand, it will pick it up. But the redstone tunnel says in, not out. That still shouldn't matter. It's still, this thing should still connect to the Flux network here. Now what I can do is I can actually make a Flux plug. Okay, that is this guy right here. Receives energy from adjacent blocks passively, adding energy to the network. It requires a flux block and some flux cores. We don't have what we need for that, but we can easily rectify that situation. And we'll see if this connects. So the flux plug does not connect, which is weird. I did set it to my network, but it's not connecting to the compact machine, even though the compact machine says it is connected. This thing should, like, connect. And I don't know why it's not. But what we can do is we can avoid using the redstone tunnel altogether, and we can just use the flux plug. That's going to be the better way to go. Because this guy right here is already using or gaining power, we should be able to utilize it quite a bit. It's gaining power because this guy right here. This guy is using power, and it's creating, or rather, it's separating water into hydrogen and oxygen. The oxygen is being dumped in its excess. The hydrogen is then being taken over to the gas-burning generator and turned into power. Yep. Which is making 160 FE per tick, and these generators are making about 100 per tick as well. The nice thing is, once we get the magmatic dynamos up and running, I can actually do away with the wind turbines. I can do away with a lot of this setup, and then what we can use is just a flux point with some energy cables, and we don't have to worry about all of the hoopla that's going on. But we need to make the magmatic dynamos, which is going to require some redstone flux coils, some invar, some iron, and some redstone. The redstone flux coil is just gold over the red alloy ingots. The red alloy ingots are an alloy of copper, iron, and redstone, which I've actually made half a stack. And I was turning a bunch of tiny coal into regular coal over here as well. So, what I need to figure now is how many of these magmatic dynamos should we get? We are producing a fair amount of lava as it sits right now. So I think to start off with, I'm going to make 5 magmatic dynamos and see how that works. The bunch of materials collected, I now have 5 magmatic dynamos, which is awesome. So we should be able to come in here, and I think what I want to do is place these down like so. We are then going to need more fluid pipes, which I should have made some. I did. Good deal. Should go like this. And with a little bit of the wrench action and some energy plugs, we should be able to do this. And these guys are firing up. All right. So the information say this generates redstone flux using extremely hot fluids. Fluid to dissipate into nothingness as a result of this process. Output rate throttles based on local feedback. Perfect. This thing is using 4 RF, or energy production is 4 RF. Maximum production is 40 RF. Efficiency at 100%. So again, at Thermal Series, what we can do is we can make a couple of these different integral components, right? We can make the hardened components, we can make the reinforced components, or we can make the resonant components, which this isn't something that I think we can do. Enderium is an alloy, a blend of enderpearls, diamond, and lead. The thing that stops us is the diamonds. Signalium is also a blend with copper, redstone, and silver. And then the other thing that we need is electrum, which I actually have some. That is a blend of silver and gold. So I think we can get ourselves some reinforced components. Times 5. Then what we're going to want to look at is these. RF capacity is 6 times. It's 4 times and 4 times with the expanded RF coil. This one is the stabilized, which makes the capacity up and the transfer. And this one is the opposite, the high flux RF deal. Well, RF capacity is something maybe we're not looking at. Expanded tank. So base power is 100%, process energy, increases process speed but reduces efficiency, increases RF efficiency but reduces the process speed. Secondary product recycling increases generation rate but reduces efficiency. Type dynamo. Redstone flux. So, yeah, I think we want to look at some of these, which I think I have. I have a high flux capacity. This guy we really don't need. And what we're really going to need is to start making these, which is more invar, some gold gears, some glass, and some redstone. I have everything but the gold gears made. So once again, just like typical modded, we we need to go grab ourselves like 12 ingots of gold. We need to stick them into our gear casting dynamo and then start playing around with the things that we can play around with. Making these different components and things like that, and see how much we can squeeze out of our dynamos. So looking at the recipe for Enderium, I actually think we can make enough to make these resonant integral components. It's only going to require 6 diamonds, I believe, for the recipe, so I'm crushing down a bunch of stuff. I need to crush down lead, I need to crush down silver, and I need to crush down a bunch of tin to get the materials to make the lumium and the Enderium. If you look at here, the Enderium again is a blend. It is made with lead dust, diamond dust, and ender pearls. That makes 2 Enderium. We can then smelt 1 blend down to an Enderium ingot, and we need 4 per craft. Ooh, the only thing I didn't think about was the hardened glass. The lumium is also the same thing. It is a blend of tin dust, silver dust, and glowstone dust, which, again, shouldn't be hard for us to make. The reinforced components, we have all the electrum in the signalum, but this I need to make hardened glass. And hardened glass is a fire charge, sand, obsidian, and nether quartz. We can do that, because this accepts any thermal glass hardened. So as long as I can make 2 of these, or 6 of these, so 3 recipes, it's no big deal. That's perfect. So a fire charge is just gunpowder, charcoal, and blaze powder, which is a typical Minecraft recipe. We need 3 sand and stuff like that. This is going to be our first making of Enderium. So I think we can do it, right? We need a piece of blaze powder. We need a piece of sand? Is it? Gunpowder and charcoal. Yeah, that's right. So we have charcoal here. We have gunpowder here. Should be able to make this fire charge no problem. And that is exactly 3, which is what we need. We then need 3 pieces of quartz, 3 sand, and 3 obsidian. We have that. We have that. We actually should have all the things that we need to make 6 hardened glass. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So again, these are the best components that we can make for now. The other thing that we're going to need to do is silver, tin, glowstone to make our lumium, which we need 24 of. Same thing with diamond, lead, and ender pearls. That is the enderium. And then we need to go ahead and take the item pipe and throw that back on here. Jump up here and redo this little bit, and then open this bad boy up, and we are going to need to turn the lumium into lumium ingots. And so right now, all of that lumium is actually going down here because it doesn't have anywhere to go in our storage. That is just a buffer chest for me to look at. Once all of this is smelted, I will then run the enderium through there as well. Another thing to note, this is a problem right here. Our power is going down as we do this. It goes back up once the processing is done. That is why we're doing all of this, is we're going to go through the process of getting ourselves better hooked up. Here, we're going to need to turn the lumium into gears, so we will just once again throw it in here. It will make the gears for us really fast. Okay, so before I do a bunch of crafting and things like that, what I wanted to show you guys was each one of these components in here. So the hardened component upgrades this to an energy production of, when it maxes out, 8 RF per tick. Let's see what this does. It drops the efficiency by 10%, but it will do a maximum production of 160 RF per tick. Without this, it would be 80. So these are good things. This can't go in here. So I think the things that say dynamo, like this guy right here, and multi-cycle increases fuel efficiency. Ooh. So we've made lumium and we've made all the things. I think what we're going to do is we're going to make some of these reaction chambers, and we're going to make these guys right here. They're the only two things that we can actually put in the dynamo. But if we go ahead and upgrade one of these dynamos to this, and then one of the dynamos to that, we can look at this. Maximum production, 80 RF per tick. Maximum production, 120 RF per tick. And this one is a maximum production of 160 RF per tick. With this in here, we can pump these things to 320 RF per tick. I believe we can put multiples of these in here, but it will drop our efficiency 10%. This increases our efficiency by 10%. So what I think we're going to do is put 2 of the reaction chambers in there and then 1 of the multi-cycle injectors, and probably get the most out of this we can at a 90% fuel efficiency, which is nice. That is the way to go. And like a dum-dum, I only made 3 of these. So yeah, that's a thing. I'm going to have to make a lot more stuff, because I thought we were only doing that. Oh my goodness. Crap. I don't have enough diamonds to make any more enderium, because we need 4 ingots, right? We make enderium in batches of 2. I'm literally 1 diamond shy. Unless I have something miraculously in one of these chests that I can pulverize down, because I believe that I could take my chest plate, and I can melt this down into 8 diamonds. Which I may do. I may melt these down in there and keep these because these have mending on them. And I don't think I've gotten any other armors in here. No. We'll get more armor later. It's no big deal. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, it's not fine. It's not fine because I need Molten Blaze in here. Well, yeah. I'll pump out the lava, I'll stop the lava production, we'll throw in some molten blaze, and it's no big deal. I was pulverizing all this down, crafting it, and then going through the rigmarole of turning it into stuff and doing things, but I can make signalum in here, which leads me to believe that for the lumium and the enderium, we can also potentially put it in the induction smelter. I don't know. Oh, there's lumium blend we can turn into a lumium ingot. Queen slime, that's how I made that before. We can make bronze and invar in here. There, look. We can put the items directly in the induction smelter to make enderium, which means we should be able to put the items directly in here to make lumium. Yep, there it is. Oh my goodness. Oh. Did I mess up? Is it 4? Oh, it is 4. Okay, fine. So it's going to be 2 of those. It's going to be 2 ender pearls per craft, which means we need 4 ender pearls. And then we are going to need lead. Lead is the other one. Yep. Mm-hmm. Jeez. Alright, so after much crafting, I have the augment. I have the 2 reaction chambers, and this guy should bring us up to about 90% efficiency, making 480 RF per tick. We could drop this thing down to a 73% efficiency, making 640 RF per tick. I think that is the max energy that we can punch out of one of these, but this is going to be better. It's still sitting at the 90% efficiency, as well as a decent amount of RF, right? That's the plan anyway. And this shouldn't take no time at all to be producing quite a bit of RF. I like it. So 480 RF times 5 of these guys. That is 2,400 RF per tick per machine, or per this. Now, I do believe we're going to be slightly throttled because of these pipes here, but it's what we have to use at the moment. I think once we get into like mechanism and stuff, we can end up using more and more stuff. So, yes. My network's not using any RF, so this isn't going to be doing anything. I do believe that these use this right here, even though it says 48 RF per tick. I do believe these do waste a little bit of energy just sitting idly by, but we can make this system exponential, right? I could have just a wall of lava, a wall of water, a wall of igneous extruders, and we could have the crucibles doing their thing, creating lava. The other thing I think we could do is we could, I don't know if we can make like an infinite source of lava. It looks like a laser drill with an orange laser. And we could turn a magma crucible making obsidian, which we can get in the blast chiller, which is a backwards recipe. We could do that with cobblestone too. We could have these guys going straight into a magma crucible. We could be making magma this way. What else do we have? We have netherrack. So we could have the igneous extruders making netherrack and pumping that into here. I believe we can make this with an igneous extruder. We can. Soul soil and blue ice make netherrack. So that's another way that we could make netherrack, because I believe that cobblestone is like one of the worst ways, right? It only makes 25 millibuckets. We can't, unfortunately, pump netherrack straight into the crucible. Yep. So it's fine. There's a better way. We are gaining an excess of lava. There is a better way for energy production. But the next thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and tear down the stuff that we have going on here. I want to tear down this guy. I want to take our plug back, our point, the gas burning generator, the energy pipe, and I want to get rid of the windmills. These were a good little source of power at the very beginning here, and now we don't need them. The network here should be able to keep up with everything that we're doing, and I think I can even make this system a little bit better. This guy is still going as it sits right now. The hydroponic bed is not, but I think getting some of these processing units set up elsewhere would be a better idea for us at some point. I think we're going to just kind of run through and maybe simplify this. Maybe what I'll do is I will actually set up... let's see, what do we got going on here? We've got some latex production still going on, right? Looks like there was some sewage in there. I honestly don't think we have... Maybe we do. We've got a lot of latex, but none of this is being turned into plastic, which is fine. Because I've got the trees being turned into vines, I believe. There's experience in there. And this is this auto sieve and an auto hammer and all that, so I think we can actually utilize this guy, this machine here, and we could put some of that stuff in here. Or maybe just use this for a power room and use one of our other machines. So for outside here, we could really clean this up. This is looking pretty nasty, right? Some of these machines, like the induction smelter and the multi-servo press, I want to keep them going. The phytogenic insulator doesn't have power? Really? Oh, you know what? I know why. No. No, that should be correct. The flux point provides energy, removing energy, and this adds energy. Is it these pipes? It might be. It might be. Though the pipes could have been the problem is this. I'm a goober. Yep. That is not what I need here. The flux plug is not it. I need a flux point set here. There we go. Now this thing is gaining some serious RF because there's a lot of it on the network. Right now, I am actually holding... I'm holding 8 million FE, RF, same thing. Forge energy, redstone flux, doesn't matter. It's all being done the same way. So, what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to clean this bad boy up and move it over here a little bit so it's out of the way. We want this thing to keep on going. It is producing for us inferium. The rest of these things, like the dissolution chamber, the induction smelter, multi-servo press, those kinds of things, they're not really in use. I think I have enough plastic for a while. Ah, that's what it is. We're collecting leaves and turning them into vines. We're utilizing the vines to get the rubber. So I think a lot of this all can be dismantled and moved and changed a little bit. We'll probably get rid of this main vein of pipes over here. And what we can do is we can have all of these machines stacked up in here and making it look a little bit nicer than the mess of stuff that's going on here. And now that we have a decent little power source, I think we can finally start looking into things like the laser drill. Maybe the fluid laser base is what I'm looking for, because I don't know if this is a fluid or a gas. Laser drill fluids. Yeah, I think what I got to do is I got to make one base, and then I think I need to make 4 drills. And then we can put that over a wither, I guess? I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. But we've got power. We're way better off than we were. We can start doing more like phytogenic insulators and growing our pumpkins. And some other crops, and really clean up a lot of these areas and get the base looking 10 times better. But that is going to do it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, if you did, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. Check the description down below for all the different ways to follow me, including links to Twitter, Twitch, my Discord. There's a link to Patreon if that's something you're interested in. There's a link to my second channel where I put up live streams. I do play on Truly Bedrock for those of you that don't know, as well as a few other games are live streamed over there from time to time, if that's something you're interested in. Other than that, hope you have a wonderful day, night, morning, wherever you're at in the world, and I will see you on the next one.